when the door opens. प्रेम से बोलो गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय. Jai Sitaram everyone. This afternoon it gives me great pleasure in extending to each and every one of you Shubh Swagatam to this most honorable, blessed, divine, momentous opportunity as today we are going to pay homage and great respect to a son of the soil, a human being that has embodied the tenets of Sanatana Dharma for many, many years. We speak of no less a person than Shri Raviji. But as customary, before we begin and before we go into this afternoon's proceedings, we will just join in simple kirtan, beautiful bhajans. Prabhu ji, 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 tum chandan hum pani. Prabhu ji, tum chandan hum pani. Pani jaake ang ang baas samani. जाके अंग अंग बास समाने. प्रभु जी, चंदन हम पानी, प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी। प्रभु जी तुम घन बन हम मोरा, मोरा तुम घन बन हम मोरा रे। प्रभु जी तुम घन बन हम मोरा, मोरा तुम घन बन हम मोरा। जैसे चकोरा, जैसे चितवत चंद्र चकोरा। प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी, प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी। प्रभु जी तुम दीपक हम बाती, बाती तुम दीपक हम बाती रे। प्रभु जी तुम दीपक हम बाती, बाती तुम दीपक हम बाती। जाके मारी दिन राती, जाकी जोत मारी दिन राती। प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी, प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी। प्रभु जी तुम मोती हम धागा, धागा तुम मोती हम धागा रे। प्रभु जी तुम मोती हम धागा। जैसे सोने में मिलत सुहागा, जैसे मिलत सुहागा। प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी, प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम, तुम चंदन हम, तुम चंदन हम पानी। काहे सूतल बा मनवा जपले सीता काहे सूतल बा काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपने सीताराम 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 राम राम। काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपने सीताराम 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 राम राम। हे राम भोर भई सब पंछी जागे जागे धरती माता, ओ जागे धरती माता। राम भजन बिन सुना जीवन काहे जन्म गवाता, ओ काहे जन्म गवाता। मिट जाए हो मिट जाए दुख रे सारे, कहे बहु आराम काहे सूतन बाहो काहे सूतन बाहो। मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम राम। काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम। राम है हमारा तन मन जीवन, राम है हमरे दाता, ओ राम है हमरे दाता। चिर संगी वो राम रमैया, और सभी छुट जाता, ओ सभी छुट जाता। मोहे स्वामी वो है स्वामी जगत रचैया, उनके सभी गुलाम काहे सूतन बाहो काहे सूतन बाहो। मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम राम। काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम राम। जो जागे सो ही सुख पावे, सोए दुखिया होई, ओ सोए दुखिया होई। राम नाम से हो जियारा, जो सुमिरन में कोई, ओ जो सुमिरन में कोई। तेरी शरण हो तेरी शरण हो तेरी शरण हो मेरे मनवा पाएगा सुख धाम का। सूतन बाहो काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम राम। काहे सूतन बाहो मनवा जपले सीताराम 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 राम। हे राम हे राम
भजु गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भजु गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भजु गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भजु गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भज मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला
भज मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला
भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला
भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला
मधुर मनोहर सावरे श्री हरि नंद किशोर नैना दर्शन बाबरे दीजे चरना तो
मधुर मनोहर सावरे श्री हरि नंद किशोर नैना दर्शन बावरे निधे चरण धो
मन बैरागी नाम का तेरे मन बैरागी नाम का तेरे नटवर दीन दयाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला नाम तेरा अवतारण हारा दुख भंजन सुखकारी जिसने भी हृदय में धारा उनकी विपदा तारी
नाम तेरा भवतारण हारा भंजन सुखकारी जिसने भी हृदय में धारा उनका विपदातारी
है हितकारी साजन मेरे है हितकारी साजन मेरे कष्ट मिटाने वाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला सबगत अंतर जोत तुम्हारी तू सब खेल खिलाने तेरा दर्शन श्याम मुरारी कोई भला पावे
समगत अंतर जोत तुम्हारी तू सब खेल खिलावे तेरा दर्शन श्याम मुरारी कोई बिरला पावे
जन्म जन्म का साथी तू है जन्म जन्म का साथी तू है तू जग कारक वाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला भज मुरली मनोहर नंद लाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला भज गोविंदा जय गोपाला
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
गोपाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम श्री
हरि
राधे
का प्यारा नाम है
श्री राधे गोविंदा
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है
मोर मुकुट सरगल बनवाला केसर तिलक लगाए
केसर तिलक लगाए
मोर मुकुट सरगल बनवाला केसर तिलक
लगाए।
वृंदावन की कुंज विलीन में सबको नाच नचाए।
ओ सबको नाच नचाए। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
श्री राधे गोविंदा
मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
यमुना किनारे भेल चरावे माधव मदन मुरारी।
माधव मदन मुरारी।
यमुना किनारे भेल चरावे माधव मदन मुरारी।
माधव मदन मुरारी।
मधुर मुरलिया जब दिव जावे हरले सुर बरसाए।
ओ हरले सुर बुध चाहे। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
गिरधर नागर गिनती मीरा सुर को श्यामल भाया।
सूरक श्यामल भाया।
गिरधर नागर गिनती मीरा सुर को श्यामल भाया।
सूरक श्यामल भाया।
तुकाराम और नामदेव ने विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया।
ओ विठ्ठल विठ्ठल गाया। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पाए।
श्यामल दर्शन पावे।
राधा शक्ति बिना न कोई श्यामल दर्शन पाए।
श्यामल दर्शन पावे।
आराधन कर राधे राधे कान्हा भागे आए।
ओ कान्हा भागे आवे। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। नंद लाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है। राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है। मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है।
Song check. नमो महादेव शम्भो नमो सदाशिव जय परमेश्वर जय भुवनेश्वर जय शिव शंकर
नमो महादेव शम्भो नमो सदाशिव जय परमेश्वर जय भुवनेश्वर जय शिव शंकर शंकर नमो महादेव नमो सदाशिव जय परमेश्वर जय भुवनेश्वर जय शिव शंकर
मगन भये दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सवेदा अब दिल मगन गुरु जी से सवेदा अब दिल मगन मगन भये दिल मगन गुरु जी से सवेदा अब दिल मगन गुरु जी से सवेदा अब दिल मगन अमर लोक से साहिब आए अमर लोक से साहिब आए अमर लोक से साहिब आए धर्म के बाद अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये गगन झरोखा खूब बनी है गगन झरोखा खूब बनी है जगमग ज्योतियाँ पार अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये आमनी चरण कमल पद आमनी चरण कमल पद अंक पसार अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये धर्मदास विनय कर जोरी धर्मदास विनय कर जोरी सद्गुरु हंस पधार अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से सरेदा अब दिल मगन भये गगन झरोखा खूब बनी है गगन झरोखा खूब बनी है जगमग ज्योतियाँ पार अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से तरस धर्मदास विनय कर जोरी धर्मदास विनय कर जोरी धर्मदास विनय कर जोरी सद्गुरु हंस उपाय अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन भये मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन भये मगन भये दिल मगन भये दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन भये गुरु जी से तरस अब दिल मगन भये
Energy. Aidan, please come. Aidan, please come. Please keep standing for the national anthem of Trinidad and Tobago. We are led on our national instrument by Mr. Gavin Hubert.
Thank you.
please clasp your hands, close your eyes, and surrender your hearts and minds to that most compassionate Lord who has brought us here this evening. As we invoke Bhagwan Ganapati this evening to bless our ceremony this evening. Om Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha Hari Om Om Bhadram Karne Bhishnuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirya Chatraha Sthirairangai Sushubhagam Sastanobihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swastina Indro Vridashravāha Swastina Purusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Staksho Arishtanemihi Swastino Brihaspate Dadatu Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi Om Namaste Ganapataye Tameva Pratyaksham Tattvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Dhartasi Tvameva Kevalam Hartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshadatmasi Nityam Ritam Vachmi Satyam Vachmi Avatvam Mam Avavaktaram Avashrotaram Avadataram Avadhataram Avanuchanavavachishyam Avapashchatat Avapurastat Avottaratat Avadakshinatat Avachorvatat Avadharatat Sarvato Mam Pahi Pahi Samantat Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Please have your seats. Dharmaputra, Guruji Pandit Udnath Rampasad, we have all gathered here today to honor someone who has touched many lives and has made an immeasurable contribution to the people of Trinidad and Tobago and to Sanatana Dharma. That is none other than Dr. Shri Ravindrannath Maharaj, who we know as Raviji, Mataji Sujataji, Puja Swami Prakashanandaji, the spiritual head of the Chinmaya Mission of Trinidad and Tobago, Shugita Vahini ji, and the members of the Hindu Prachar Kendra, Pandit Amar ji, Uncle Butram ji, Pandit Vishnu ji, Shri Ravindranat Singh ji, Pandit Sudat ji, Sister Springer, Chief Ricardo Bharat ji, Mahant Prakash Ramkilawan ji, and because of the vastness of the contribution of Raviji, I know that I have not called names here that may be present or may be viewing in, and so I would want to say firstly my forgiveness. Pailaagee to this entire Sant Samaj, thank you so much for being here this evening to share in this rare opportunity to honor Dr. Shri Raviji, the Guruji. This is not an easy program by any measure of imagination. There is a sloka in our tradition that says, Shariram Danam Devatam Sarvam Yad Guruver Pitam Tatapi Na Bhaved Rinam Mukta Kevala Kripa Balat. that even if one were to give up their body, that even if one were to give up all of their wealth, that even if one were to give up everything that they possess to the Guru, the debt remains unpaid. And the release from this debt only comes from the grace of Guruji. Raviji, we are very honored that you accepted this invite by us to, in some small way, show our love and appreciation for what you have done, not just for the entire of Trinidad and Tobago and the Hindu community in Trinidad and Tobago, but specifically the village of San Richikitu and this organization, the Vishwanath Hindu Social and Cultural Organization, the Shri Siddhi Vinaayak organization. Nothing that we do here today will ever compare to that gratitude that we have for everything that you have done. If I would, you would have programs in front of you. Let me just tell you first of all that this is a rough sketch of what's going to happen because, as you know, some items are running on Trini time. So that's number one. Number two, you would see that there is a very small paragraph about Dr. Shri Raviji on this program. Because if we were to attempt to put the entire bio, I would need several more pages in order to complete this program. Nevertheless, throughout the course of this evening's proceedings, we will be hearing more about the immeasurable contribution that Dr. Shri Raviji made to our organization, but by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. So before anything else, we are about to engage in Guru Puja. And in Guru Puja, this Guru Puja will be led by none other than our Dharma Putra, Pandit Dudnath Rampasad. And the Guru Bhajans that will be accompanied will be led by Mrs. Saromani Maharaj Narang Singh. So this is a moment of reflection, a moment of contemplation, and a moment of surrender to our Guru, Dr. Shri Raviji.
गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म के भाग्य फल को पाओ, गुरु जी के चरणों में शीश को झुकाओ, जन्म जन्म के भाग्य फल को पाओ, गुरु जी के चरणों में
Thank you very much. Many things will change, but technology will always be a challenge. There are so many people who, when this program was being structured, we would have contemplated asking them to bring greetings. And then as the list got longer of the invited guests, so did the list of people who requested that they wanted to say something about Dr. Shri Raviji. So naturally, the very difficult task I had was to ask everyone to kindly please understand that while I know the outpouring of love is so great, it is impossible to have everyone speak at the same time, at the same event. So there are a few people I'm going to call on to bring greetings today. I know that they will be brief, but I know that they will express the greatness of the gentleman who is seated there in that seat of honor this evening. So before anything else, I would like to invite none other than Swami Prakashananda, the spiritual head of the Chinmay Mission TT, to bring his greetings on this momentous occasion. Swamiji.
बोलिए सियावर रामचंद्र की. You know, we spend our life, I've spent the last 35 years talking about Bhagwan Ram, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, Bhagwan Shankaracharya, all the great incarnations, Lord Ganesh. And it is always, there's always awe in our mind when we have to speak about great personalities. But for somebody who has touched our life in real life, in real blood and flesh, as we say, who has touched our lives, that thing becomes a very, very difficult thing. And it is always easier to see life in retrospect, see history in retrospect. But when things are right in front of us, it is very difficult to see them clearly. It is one good thing that some years ago, I left Trinidad and I was staying in Banaras. And Raviji came one day. I heard a knock on my door, and when I opened the door, he was standing outside. And of course, for the life of me, I couldn't understand how he found me, because in 1.5 billion people, at the time 1 billion people, how to find me. But he did find me. And in those years when I had not seen him, I was reflecting on, and I had good time to reflect in retrospect on all the things that he had done for Trinidad and Tobago and how he had also touched my life. And really, it is an immeasurable contribution in my reflection since that time. It is an immeasurable contribution. We'll never be able to estimate the contribution that he has made. And in that regard, when I start thinking about people from way back, I think about in my mind the great Valmiki ji, Adi Kavi, and then we think about Ved Vyas ji, and then we are coming to Bhagwan Shankaracharya and Tulsidas ji, and all. When we think about Bharat, we think in this way. And then I started thinking about Trinidad, and I tried to think a little bit about what it would have taken for, or the vision it would have taken for somebody like Bades Sagan Maharaj to put into Trinidad and Tobago Hindu schools which have made such a contribution. And then I started going down the line for Trinidad, because I already gone down the line for Bharat, for Trinidad. And the next person I saw there was Raviji, making his contribution to the Hindu landscape of Trinidad and Tobago. And I don't think that in my mind I came up with any other personality to have made such a contribution. We are still waiting for the third spot. I don't think I could have come up with any personality who have made such a contribution when I think about the Trinidad and Tobago context. And for his contribution, we will, I think, take generations to repay or to match. I don't think we'll be able to do it. And like this, my mind remains blank. My mind remains blank as how to describe the contribution that he has made to Trinidad and Tobago. And for the first time, I started seeing, when I saw his work, I started seeing the work of a true Hindu sevak. The person who is grounded in Shastras, but at the same time is touching every level of society. What we traditionally had in Trinidad and Tobago was a person who is grounded on the Singhasan. And we'll talk about kathas from Ramcharitmanas and Bhagavad and Gita and all of that. But to have a person who is grounded in the Shastras and then touch the social and political and philosophical, spiritual, cultural veins of Trinidad and Tobago, that type of Hindu leader we did not have until Raviji came along. And the contribution in all of those fields will be unmatched. We're in the process, I know the Kendra is in the process through Indira Maharaj of writing his biography and all of that. And we are all reading and all, but I don't think we'll be able to even touch the surface of his contribution. And for that, I want to say such a big thank you, and to acknowledge that our debt to you is indeed immeasurable, and we'll never be able to pay it back. With these few words, I say thank you. Hari Om.
Acknowledge Pandit Ramdeen Ji and members of his executive who are here this evening as well. I see you're probably watching the time, but the program is all over now. So it will just be a rough gauge of what's happening at this point in time. In 1987 to 1988, around there, I had now taken my first breath of life into this world. However, something momentous had happened in the space of Trinidad and Tobago, and perhaps you may hear about that at some point in time during the course of this evening. And that was a parikrama of this sacred land that we call Trinidad and Tobago. And one of the things that, for me personally, that when I think about Raviji, I think about is the need of service to people and service to country in particular. It has always fashioned my viewpoint as to what is a model citizen and what is a model sevak in today's world. And Trinidad and Tobago comes at the center of that vision. I'm sure I'm not the only young person who thinks like that today. And that's why I've asked Shri Ravindra, the president of SEWA TT, SEWA Trinidad and Tobago, to share a little bit about Raviji and the impact he has made in the lives of not just him, but perhaps many young persons in Trinidad and Tobago.
Namaskar all. When I was asked to speak about Raviji, the first thing that came to my mind was sanskar. Raviji has focused his life on instilling certain sanskars in all of us. And one of the first things that I noticed was his deep love for Trinidad and Tobago. And having said that, I'm going to extend a different version of protocol given the limited time. And one of the sanskars that he gave was that we have to be on time. So standing on the protocols expressed by Viraviji and also recognizing the chief of the Amerindian people, the first people of Trinidad and Tobago, and our dear N2 Springer, I would just like to say, I now start my speech on those protocols. Having said that, the most important Sanskrit phrase I learned from Raviji was Ekoham Bahusyam. I am one, let me become many. Everything that Raviji does is about creating something and then letting it be expressed through many other people. Raviji's mind from small, from when we were small, we started, and he was very instrumental together with Professor Narayan Singh in starting the Hindu Students' Council. I was one of the early members of the Hindu Students' Council, and from then we were being told that we have to be civic-minded, right? We have to be able to serve the nation. We have to be able to build ourselves to serve the nation. And we could see that in the example of Professor Narayan Singh, Raviji, and so many others, right? And they were building us to do exactly what they were doing. For us, they were cultivating our mindset. They weren't just giving us something, they were creating a way of thinking, a movement. And for that comes the other most important point that I would have been influenced by Raviji, and really the root of Sevatiti, which is Atmano Mokshartam Jagat Hitayacha, which is let me build myself, but build myself for the welfare of the world. So I didn't know that this would have been on the program, but I crafted my whole speech on that. And really and truly the chorus, the sun sculpt of our Dharma, serve, serve, serve the welfare of the world. But first we have to lift our own selves, rise, 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 a strong united whole. And that is the essence of Sevatiti. We have to build ourselves and we have to serve the world. And given the limited time, the one important thing that I would like everybody to take away from today is keep this book handy and look at verse 1. People will say many things about Raviji. He's a poet, he's a visionary. For me, putting all of it together, this 8 lines, to me, is the most concise English version of what is Hindu Dharma. I remember this. This is something that I took away from me from since 2000, which was written for the World Hindu Conference. And in fact, all the mantras of the year, I've tried to commit by heart and use in our daily lives. But just take a few moments, remember this, and think about it in the song, right, as the song is being sung. All that is the Brahman, and every little thing is the Atman. Brahma is the real foundation, and the Atman the brick of creation. So there's an interconnection, bond with everyone in creation. Tai the Raksha Bandhan, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That is Raviji. Namaste.
And Ravinji has said it very correctly. Part of the inspiration of presenting these programs for you to take home was that it presented an opportunity for us to put the words of the mantras of the year and another composition that Raviji has composed into your hands, so that even when you leave here today, you have the words to inspire you in your day-to-day life. When you come to Sanrichikitu, for many of you, you have come very far. Welcome to Sanrichikitu if this is your first time. We are so happy to have you here. Sanrichikitu is known in the Hindu circle for one thing in particular, and that is Ganesh Utsav. And Ganesh Utsav would have been predominantly celebrated in places like Ramai Trace, and we have Mahanji Prakash Ramkilawan here this evening. And in 1990, I don't know what exactly was the inspiration that Raviji and another great soul who has now passed on, the late Pandit Lakshmi Prasad, would have had, that perhaps the time had come that Ganesh Utsav no longer stay where it was and start somewhere else in the country. And so the seed from which Ganesh Utsav became popular in the rest of Trinidad and Tobago over time was transplanted from the south to here in San Chiquito. And an instrumental person who played a big role in those very early days, again I was a toddler, I can't remember, but still present with us, and who will probably give us a recap of those years, is none other than our Uncle Bujram Prasadji. So I would like to ask Uncle Bujram to please bring a few words, perhaps sharing about his interactions with Raviji and the role it has played within this organization. Uncle Ji, please come.
Om Bando Guru Parakansh Kripa Sindhu Nararupa Hari Mahamohutam Punj Jasu Vachana Ravikarana Kara Om Gam Ganapate Namaha. First of all, my most humble pranam to my Guru, Pandit Ravindranath ji, who had given me Janev, make me a Mahapatra. Secondly, my most humble pranam to Pandit Vishnu Maharaj, who has made me a Pandit, made me do funeral and shaving and bhandara and puja. And most of all, my most humble pranam to our Guruji, Mahanji, Raviji. And I use this slok, I was just sitting there and I asked Guruji for his pen. And I just write this slok. Bando Guru Padakan Kripa said, that is it. Bando Guru Padakan Kripa Sindhu, that ocean. Guruji, all we are, what we are today, what we was and what we are today and what we will be is because of your input. Firstly, I never knew anything about Raviji. I never knew anything about Kendra. I never knew anything about Dr. J. Most humble pranam to you. But about 40 years or so, this time we wasn't Pandit, we were just young guys. Dudnaji told me, he said, look, Bujram, you know, Raviji have, I would call it, a Desh Jyoti Parikrama. Desh Jyoti Parikrama, where he liked that touch, started it and go around the country. Make that parikrama. And we were so blessed and fortunate to have him and his crew spend one evening with us in the next temple over the road. And there we also met Professor, an ex-leader in his own. So after that, we did service and what and thing, and we followed the Tirat and went up to Diwali Nagar, and that was something else, different experience. But sometime later, about a year, 2 years after, I wanted to do a tirat. And I went Pinal by the Patiram temple and the Balram Krishna temple. And when I met there, I sure this was the name Devan. What's your name again, Sheila? There I met them. I discussed about this tirat, and I said to them, I would like to meet this gentleman they call Raviji, because I heard him speak in the temple. And, you know, I just copy a line from the Ramayana. After Ram built the bridge and he was going across, what he said, Aage chale bahuri raghuraya. That is it. Ram says, follow me, I am the leader. Guruji, to this day, we follow you. To this day, Panditji and this organization follow you. And after having a discussion with them, they gave me Raviji number, and I spoke to Raviji. I went home to him, and so we discussed this tirat. And then he took me to community dateline, and what the lady name again, I forgot her name now. And there we had this program, and people from all over the country was calling him. And all he said, the host doesn't have a phone. So when he called me, then I could relay with him. And that tirat, we had over 600 people. People from all over the country, Chile. After that, some time passed, he called us, myself and Dunnath, and sent us to Pinal to look at the Ganesh temple. Well, I know I wouldn't like to take away that from Dunnath. He will speak about that. But then sometime after that, too, Raviji called us. Well, every year, at the beginning of the year, he always invited me and Pandit Dunnath to his ashram. And that year when we attended the satsang, he said, I am giving you all this task. This year we are celebrating 500 years of Tulsidas. We doing the Chalisa. I want you all to go to Sani Grandi and get 108 homes to perform this Chalisa. Guruji, that was a great success. These live and these satsang we had with you, they're not only just memories. So too, when we had also honor Lakshmi Pandit, we went to him, and he gave us this word, Pailaagee Baba. You know, when I was a child in Beach, I used to hear that. And only last night, yesterday, I was thinking, there is Pailaagee Baba. Long ago, Hindu people never say Sitaram and Namaste. There is a Pailaagee. Pailaagee. Guruji? So, these words remain with us. And to really describe Raviji, I would like to describe it in this way. He said, Ganga, Jamuna, Godavari, Sindhu, Saraswati, San, Sakal Tira Jahar se Harikatha Pratan. That Raviji, you sit there, he is that Ganga, that Jamuna, Godavari, the whole of Trinidad, the whole of the Caribbean. And I know when India people had to come to keep lectures, this is the gentleman. So he had it all. Today, what we are doing as this honoring ceremony, Panditji always told me for probably the past 5-10 years, Budram, we're going to have this honoring. Budram, we must have this honoring. We must have. Today bear fruits. And today, Panditji, through your blessings, we are all assembled to honor that leader, Raviji. With these few words, I say thank you and then thank you.
Pandit Suraji, I ask you to please get ready for your item next. In the meantime though, if you think that Raviji's contribution only lies within the Hindu community, you have really not understood the gentleman as yet. And so seated with us today, we have Chief Ricardo Bharat, who is the leader of the First Peoples of Trinidad and Tobago. Chief G, I ask you to please stand because many persons perhaps do not recognize Chief. Please give a round of applause. And then there is someone who Raviji messaged me specifically about. And I would like to give her the moment of a few minutes to just share with you all a little bit. This is Mrs. Springer. I am very sorry because I want to pronounce it and Ietanu Springer, former Black Power leader, former librarian of Port of Spain, and a renowned storyteller, an elder, the Kambule Performing Arts Collective. And she herself has collaborated with Sanatana Dharma, being to 2 conferences in Bharat on indigenous religions. And Raviji said, always recognize sister, because I'm seeing, and I think the mala went from Raviji's neck to sister's neck. And this is a sister of Raviji. And so we must have the opportunity that she can share a few words with us.
Thank you. It is good to be here. It is good to see my brother being honored. I've written many poems for him, but this is the latest one. And it goes, from 2 different mother belly we come out, stretching hands to each other, from 2 great ancient civilizations, glorying in our similarities, celebrating our differences. It has been a long journey, my brother. Many years of serving, trusting, sharing dreams of communities healed from the ravages of indenture and enslavement, struggling against the politicians' exploitation of our differences, seeking full healing for understanding. Yes, it has been many years, my brother, of loving, committed work in our communities, seeking always for healing, understanding. We grow old, my brother, but the commitment does not waver. The love is deep. May the Pitri be in no haste to have you join them. May your years be long, fruitful, healthy. May the many young ones that you have taught, nurtured, including those from my very womb, be your true immortality. Let the tassel roll. Let all our nation drum beats in joyful ululation. Happy birthday, my brother.
Thank you very much, sister, and thank you very much to you and to your daughter, who perhaps doesn't know, but in your days of writing in the newspapers, my formative years, I used to read your columns every week. So it's a pleasure to meet you in person again as well. Raviji is someone who has composed many pieces that inspire the mind and lift our consciousness to higher realms. This composition, this Geet, Abadut Hai Itihas Hamara, will be performed by Pandit Suraji. And he specifically mentioned that he felt that this particular composition would be so appropriate for today. And so I pass you on to Pandit Sudaji for this rendition.
Thank you very much, and Sitaram and Namaskar to everyone. First of all, my prostrations to my Guru, Swami Prakashanandaji, and then to my Mahaguru, Raviji, who has impacted on my life for all my years in Trinidad. Thank you very much, Raviji. Now, that song is in the program. Regrettably, the meaning is not there, so allow me just give you a gist of the chorus and one verse. It says, अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा, हिंदू जिसका नाम है, पूज्य जहाँ जानकी मैया, वंदनीय श्री राम है. It was composed by Raviji in 1984, and it says, we have a wonderful history, and its name is Hindu. Our ideals are Mother Sita and Lord Rama, whom we worship. Trinidad we have to make flow like the river Ganga, Gangadhara, a stream of love, respect and dignity for all. This is the message of Siddha Sadhu's life story. Composed in Rag Gopali. अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा, हिंदू जिसका नाम है, पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया, वंदनीय श्री राम है. अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा, हिंदू जिसका नाम है, पूज जहाँ समुंदर पार किया, भारत से हमें लाया था. खून पसीना आंसू मिलकर, खून पसीना आंसू मिलकर, करनी नदी प्रयाग बना, पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया, वंदनीय श्री राम. अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा, हिंदू जिसका नाम है, पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया, वंदनीय श्री राम है. ऋषि मुनि सौका सपना प्यारा, हमने वेदा उठाया है, हिंदू संगठन श्रेष्ठ बनाए, हम सब मिलकर बनाएंगे. ऋषि मुनि सौका सपना प्यारा, हमने वेदा उठाया है, हिंदू संगठन श्रेष्ठ बनाए, हम सब बनाएंगे। इस देश को पावन बनाए दृढ़ संकल्प हमारा है। पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया वंदनीय श्री राम है। अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा हिंदू जिसका नाम है। पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया वंदनीय श्री राम है। ये मंदिर दीप हूँ मैं अंधा दम जला दूंगा। ये पथ पर चलना होगा निर्भर हूँ निर्भय होकर चलना होगा। शूल भी आए हंसकर चुम लूं। शूल भी आए हंसकर चुम लूं। हिंदू वीर बनाऊंगा। पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया वंदनीय श्री राम है। अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा हिंदू जिसका नाम है। पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया वंदनीय श्री राम है। अद्भुत है इतिहास हमारा हिंदू जिसका नाम है। पूज जहाँ जानकी मैया वंदनीय श्री राम है। 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 वंदनीय श्री राम है।
Thank you very much, Panditji. And again, we say Pailaagee to the entire Sant Samaj, persons who may be here. I am not able to recognize everyone, and so I apologize for that, but you all know who you are. We humbly say pranams to each and every one of you. Some persons were supposed to be able to bring a few messages, but they have not been able to be here on time as yet. And so they have asked me to read the following to you. Raviji. Namaste. On behalf of the 11th Council of the Kuba Tabaki Talparo Regional Corporation, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to Dr. Shri Ravindranat Maharaj, affectionately known as Raviji, on this well-deserved recognition. For decades, Raviji has dedicated his life to preserving and promoting Sanatana Dharma, strengthening Hindu identity, and inspiring generations through education, culture, community service, and spiritual guidance. As the founder of the Hindu Prachar Kendra, he has been instrumental in youth development, cultural programs, scholarship initiatives, and revival of festivals such as Ganga Dhara, and efforts to preserve important Hindu heritage sites, including the temple in the sea. His life's work consistently demonstrated that faith must be expressed through service, knowledge, and compassion. I also wish to sincerely congratulate the Vishwanath Hindu Social and Cultural Organization and the Siddhi Vinaayak organization for honoring one of our nation's true cultural visionaries. By recognizing individuals like Raviji, you inspire future generations to continue serving our communities and preserving our rich spiritual and cultural heritage. Congratulations again, Raviji. May Bhagwan continue to bless you with good health, strength, and many more years of dedicated service to humanity. Dhanyavad, Namaste. Shri Ryan Rampasad, Chairman of the Kuva Tabaki Talparo Regional Corporation. Within this Vishwanath family, there is someone who is very dear to us, as he is dear to many persons and recognized not only for his service to Sanatana Dharma, but also his excellence in the medical field. If I were to read the accomplishments of Professor Vijay Narayan Singh in the field of surgery, especially within the Caribbean, I wonder what I'm doing with my own career. So it's a very humbling experience, and I can't go through all of that, but to introduce Professor Narayan Singh, who will bring us some insights on behalf of the Hindu Prachar Kendra, on behalf of Geeta ji and everyone. He will be bringing insights on the great contributions of Ravi ji. So I ask Professor Narayan Singh ji to please come to the podium.
Thank you, David. Dharmaputra, Pandit Durnath, Swamiji, Raviji, all protocols observed, there are so many people. When I got this invitation to speak 2 weeks ago, I sat immediately, I don't like to leave things, and I wrote out 28 points I want to make. So that's the bad news, because if I spend 2 minutes on 28 points, I'll be here for an hour. But exercising some radical surgery, I'll get it down to 8 minutes, Mr. Chairman. Now, I first met Raviji in December 1983. I had returned in November 1983 to Trinidad, and I was told I must meet this guy. Somebody who met him in India said I must go and meet this guy, and he's at London Wilmander. So I don't know who I'm meeting, so I drive down to London Wilmander. They say, first of all, they said he lives in the Mandir, but how you gonna live in a Mandir? I didn't know that there was a little flat in the yard. Anyway, so I go there, and as I pull into the yard, I see a bareback, short pants, barefooted, cachectic looking, I think it's Margaret, they say in the local parlance, smoking a cigarette. And I said, this must be the yard boy or something like that. So I came out and I went up to him and I said, I am looking for somebody named Robin, because I was told I must look for Robin. And he said, well, I am Robin. So you could imagine my shock, because I had come straight from work with my tie and thing looking proper, and I meet this character. Nevertheless, we sat down and spoke right there for about an hour. It was a most engaging discussion with somebody who clearly had a vision of not only the Hindu tradition, but of Trinidad and about this society. And from that first day that I met him, I went the very next Sunday to satsang in the Mandir. And I never forget the Hare Rama, Hare Krishna chant that morning. That was enchanting. And I continued going to satsangs. And there's so many innovations that G made. I'll just make them in point form, Mr. Chairman, so that we'll get out of here before tomorrow morning. He had a family day where we come together in the yard of the mandir, set up stalls, and it was a family day of cooking. So some people cooking baigan, some get sada roti, some making, and we had family days of cooking and eating traditional foods. Then he had Kala Tir, teaching how to paint pots, and Geeta ji and Indra ji became two, but there are many others who learned to paint pots in traditional Hindu style. And IVG taught them paper cutting and rangoli, all the traditional arts being taught right there in the mandir, all from his vision. And then Nagar Sankirtan. Within a year, there was a Nagar Sankirtan where we started at the Shagwanas flyover and walked chanting right up to the Londonville Mandir. And the mass of people was so massive that when we reached Montrose Junction, the tail end was still by the flyover. And there were motorcyclists and walkie-talkie and police. It was amazing, the chanting, and people came out of their homes. It was a sight to behold. It's something I grew up in this country and never saw. then along the path, there were these jandis, red jandis. Now, red jandis have become commonplace, but it never existed before. Rows of jandis as you walk along the road, which I see you, our Dharmaputra here, so maintains. And then Shaka. Shaka, I don't want to go into Shaka, but it's bringing the youths together for physical and mental discipline. And Raviji introduced it, and there are still Shakas going on today. And then there are youth camps, residential youth camps, where they come together, they stay together for a week or 2 weeks or sometimes a long weekend, and they are taught various disciplines, including yoga and meditation and chanting and physical activity and so on. And then a vision. Mantra of the year can only be described as a vision. And some of the best Hindu poetry I feel ever written, not Trinidad and Tobago, ever written, is concealed in these mantras of the year. 20 mantras of the year, where Ji had the vision that if he took one little verse from whether Ramcharitmanas or Gita or some Shastra, and developed a theme that's going to guide us as Hindus for that year. And 20 years, we had a mantra of the year that was generally announced at Makar Sankranti on the 14th of that year. And then Diwali Nagar. I was there for the first Diwali Nagar, where it was Hans Hanwan Singh's vision, but Ji's thematic ideas about how to create this. And there we were making dot house and lipin and creating chulha and all kinds of things in the mall long before we had where it is now. And that thematic session was the best. The first year, I think, was the best. Really authentic stuff. And then Pradakshina. Pradakshina is wild. You have to be out of your mind to create Pradakshina. Now, we go around the sacred objects, we go around the lingam, or we go around the temple, we go around the sacred objects. But who would conceptualize that we must go around this land as our sacred land? So you define this country as your sacred country by doing Pradakshina and taking the torch all around. So instead of going around the lingam or around the mandir, you go across the country. It's the only country in my knowledge that has ever had Pradakshina, declaring it our sacred space. And then Hanuman Jayanti. Ji started this, I can't remember what year it was in the 1990s, about chanting a year of Hanuman chanting, Hanuman Chalisa chanting. And it ended with him handing it to Ravi Bharati in Penal, who started the procession in Hanuman Jayanti, where we chant 108 from morning to evening and walk with the Hanuman on the head in a procession. And then Ganga Dashra, that's another long story. But in my childhood and in many of our childhoods, we didn't know about Ganga Dashra. And here you go and you see this Ganga Dashra created out of nothing. I remember the actual very first day, Ji and I were just driving around the island, and I pulled him up by this place where you could cook a good curry duck and open a bottle of rum and thing. And he decided he was going to transform it. And so he has. And our African family here joins us for Ganga Dashra because they have to worship their water deity as well. And we share that similar practice. And then Ganesh Utsav, which you mentioned, where first time I went to Ramai Trace, Ji took me to Ramai Trace sometime in the 1980s, must be about 88. We wake whole night chanting. About 5 in the morning, you had to take this Ganesh Murti, put it on your shoulder, 4 people carrying it, it was quite big and heavy, and walk and chant until we submerged it into a pond. That was my first experience of Ganesh Utsav, and here, he's brought it here to take over and develop to a level that is unprecedented in the Western world, right here at the Vishwanath organization. And another thing Ji did, For 1 year, once a month, and this is good for Hindu leaders, once a month, he brought a different group to the temple. So instead of you hearing Pandit every Sunday morning, one morning he bring the Kabir Pantis. In the next month, he bring the Hare Krishna people. In the next month, he brought the Brahma Kumaris. Next month, he brought the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha. So we, in our temple, we are learning so much about so many facets of our religion, his vision. And then he developed Pitri Paksh at a level, I can't go into those details. He even put me to read Ramayana. That's terrible. And then he took us to youth camps, even in Guyana. We had youth camps in Guyana and Suriname, developing the region, and also we contributed to the camps that they had in Jamaica. And then, of course, Gitaji and others developed from the residential training program at Nyla's property in Enterprise that produced some really outstanding people, and I can't call the long list of names, but Bisram. So many people are almost chelas of G, including me and Dirub Ji and Gita Ji and Siro, everybody. We are all products of his vision. Then, of course, he developed the Heritage Vacation course, which is still going on. And during this time, the children come and spend about 6 weeks in the Kendra. Also, he developed Pichkari giving a voice where you can come and sing in poetry the visions of your people. And Go Ascending You on a Mission is in fact a Pichkari, just to give you an idea of the vision that Pichkari can bring to the community. And of course, the Holika Dahan play, the Bal Ram Leela, bringing children to do the script writing and acting. And then bringing together the First Peoples and the Orishas under a group called Astral, uniting all the ingredients of this society. And then he trains so many of us to go into the country, out into the country and work. And I think I should stop. The list is exhaustive, but not exhausting. But Raviji, it's an honor to say these few words, and I'm glad that a book is coming out that will detail a lot more. And it's a blessing to know you and to have been guided by you. Namaskar, Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Professor. One of the things that you will probably realize when you listen to that exhaustive list is that a significant portion of the work that Raviji inspires and he propagates deals with young people. And for good reason, I imagine, because it's to them we hand the legacy forward, and hopefully they would appreciate and then they will take it forward to their generations ahead. So the many children of this organization want to express their love in so many ways to you, G. One of them is through the form of dance. Sri Karan Rampasad and the Chingari Dance Academy are children of this Vishwanath Hindu Social and Cultural Organization. And I would like to invite them to come forward to present a dance item to each and every one of you. While they are on their way, I would like to just acknowledge the presence of Mr. Feroz Khan, the chairman of the Housing Development Corporation and a great friend of this organization, our chairman of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, Mr. Kenwin Phillip, Councillor Calvin Sicharan, and again Pailaagee, to all the many Sant Samaj that is present here. We thank you all so much for being with us this evening. So I pass you on to the Chingari Dance Academy.
Ram
Thank you very much. I think you all need to give a louder round of applause for that. And as I always do, I ask you all to give a round of applause to the parents of these children as well. Because anyone who is working in culture and working with children now know that parents have many things competing for time. Lessons, swimming lessons, karate lessons, whatever other lessons, and to have them dedicated enough to bring their children to something cultural or religious, we must applaud them for making that effort. So a round of applause to those parents as well. Ganesh Utsav is more than a religious festival in San Chiquito. A couple years ago, Raviji and myself at the Valencia River Visarjan, we tried to do a crowd estimate of the number of persons who were present there at that Visarjan. And by estimates, it was in excess of 5,000 persons gathered at the Valencia River. And then we also did a check of the number of persons who had the opportunity to vend different items at that event. And we had at least 13 vendors that were there making economic benefit out of a gathering at that point in time. So it is an event that goes beyond just the religious aspect of things. It's more than the social aspect of things as well. And I'll mention the social aspect again in a bit. But the economic aspect of what it brings to the community, the recognition it brings to the community, cannot be replaced. And so I felt it was fitting that we ask our chairman of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. This is his represented area where this mandir stands, and the Valencia River also falls within the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation. So I felt that very fitting that he comes and he just shares a little bit. Raviji is the one who started it all here. So I would like him to share a little bit this evening. So I ask our chairman, Councillor Kenman Phillip, to please come to the podium.
Sitaram, good afternoon all. You know, it's always a privilege to be here, but firstly I want to acknowledge the chairman and our party campaign manager, Mr. Firoz Khan, Councillor Calvin Cicheran, who is present here today, Panditji, devotees, good afternoon, and let me say, it's always a pleasure to be here to bring greetings on behalf of the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation and members. Today we are here to pay tribute to Dr. Raviji. I must say, you know, sometimes when persons passed on, you tend to acknowledge the good that they have done. And today I want to say thanks to the Vishwanath Hindu Temple for acknowledging what Dr. Raviji has done in keeping the Ganesh Festival alive in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am also proud to say and acknowledge that, you know, San Chiquito was the first, where the first ever Ganesh Utsav was held. So, you know, it's something we should celebrate here. I heard Dr. Manik also speak about the impact that hosting this Ganesh festival have on persons in the region. Now we all know that Sangre Grande is one of the poorest regions. We are the largest, and we welcome initiatives like this to boost our economic, our small and micro entrepreneurs in the region of Sangre Grande. Now, Pandit is also correct when he said that the vendors at the Valencia River, they benefit a lot from this. We have a lot of small businesses that tap into activities like this to make their livelihood. And you know, we have to give kudos where kudos is acknowledged. So on behalf of the Sanatana Regional Corporation, I want to say congratulations. Only last month, the corporation would have acknowledged Pandit Dudnath on his achievements for continuing hosting this Ganesh festival. And we at the corporation, we continue to acknowledge the contribution persons would have made in the region to help shape and mold our region. So again, on behalf of the corporation, we say thanks very much for this invitation, and I bring greetings on behalf of all members of council and Madam CEO. Thanks very much.
In her absence, but she is on her way. Hopefully she'll be here on time. I acknowledge the Member of Parliament for Kumuta Mansalana, this constituency as well, Ms. Shivana Sam. She is on her way, but she may not reach on time to give greetings herself. Mr. Feroz Khan has been someone who has been part of our Ganesh Utsav for many, many years. And Baba asked that he bring greetings as well. So, Mr. Khan, please.
Thank you very much, Brother Vedavid, my dear friend and brother Pandit Dudnath, our celebrated colleague, Dr. Raviji, and my, I would say almost neighbor in Kuva, Swami Vivekananda, and all of you distinguished ladies and gentlemen who have come here to pour tribute to an icon in this country, Raviji. I want to say greetings to you. I want to start by bringing you greetings as well from the Honorable Prime Minister, who has always had her heart tied to this organization. Pandit Dudnath is not one to let you forget when you make a commitment to him. So the Honorable Prime Minister sends her blessings and well wishes for both the organization and Pandit Raviji. The Master of Ceremonies would have indicated that the MP is on her way. She had her a challenge, a gastric challenge. She said that she was having some trouble with her stomach, and she will try to be here, so we do look forward to seeing her. The Honorable Minister of Culture, as you know, is engaged in some of the emancipation celebrations throughout the country, as we are in that season as well, so she may not be able to be here, but I want to acknowledge my colleagues from the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation, Councillor Kenwin Phillip and Councillor Calvin Sicharan, and I expect that we'll be joined by Councillor Kion Sarup Singh and Alderman Holder, as well as Councillor Nasser Hussain, before this evening's events are completed. I know a lot would have been said, and I caught a little bit of Professor Narayan Singh's tribute, but I want to say, for me personally, if there was one word that would signify or capture the essence of Raviji's contributions, is courage. You had the courage to stand up when it was not popular to stand up in defense of Indians and Indian culture. And many of us find it more convenient to hide behind what is popular and not stand in defense of our culture. And whatever time God has given you on this earth, He has blessed you with that mission. And you have, over the years, defended that mission and have gone. A lot of people build on organizations that have existed prior to them, and they make incremental improvements. But you created an organization, the Kendra. That was not something that existed prior to your being here. And so I want to say, on behalf of the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the Honorable Prime Minister, our sincere best wishes for your continued health, strength, and devotion to this mission. I thank you, and may God continue to bless you. Thank you, Pandit. Thank you.
Again, I acknowledge entire Sant Samaj, Pailaagee, Pandit Krishna Ramdev, Pandit Amar Prasad, other Pandits who are here, dignified persons. Please forgive me if I can't call everyone's names. Ravanji would have mentioned Atmano Mokshartam Jagatitaya Cha. The mantra of the year 2000 was composed by Shri Raviji. It is here on your programs for a reason, because I felt that everyone needs to take it home and to look at it every day and to embody what it is to be a model Sanatani and a model Hindu here in this current age and time. And so, the Kendra Mandali will be leading us in this mantra of the year. I know that we are running short on time. Please forgive us. It is impossible to fit everything in 2 hours, but we are approaching the end of the program in a bit. So please bear with us as we proceed. So I invite the Kendra Mandali to join us as they render this rendition of Mantra of the Year 2000, composed by Shri Raviji. Atmano Mokshartam Jagatitaya Cha.
Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. Atmano mokshartham jagadhitaya cha. The sankalpa our dharma, serve, serve, serve the welfare of the world. But first we have to lift our own self. Rise, 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 a strong united whole. All that is the Brahman. In every little thing is the Atman. Brahman is the real foundation, and Atman the brick Jagadhitaya cha. The Sankalp of our dharma. Serve, serve, serve the welfare of the world. But first, we have to lift our own selves. Rise, 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 a strong united whole. Rise, 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 a strong united whole. Rise, 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 a strong united whole. Trinidad or Tobago, Desh ki jai.
Every Thursday, I make everyone say, Trinidad or Tobago, Desha ki. We are about to bestow upon Raviji our small way of honoring him. Apart from this program, there's other aspects of this honor that we are attempting to do this evening. But before that happens, we have to remember the foundation on which Raviji would have stood, which is none other than his pitris, his ancestors. And within this organization as well, many persons who would have been here with us many years working to see that 37 years of Ganesh Utsav is going to take place this year in Tamrichikitu. That's an effort that wasn't by one person, that was an effort of many, many of whom are also not here with us today. So before we honor Raviji, we want to take a moment to reflect on the contributions of our ancestors and Raviji's ancestors, his pitris as well. And I ask Pandit Ramesh Sukhdev to lead us in Jai Krishna Hari, Shri Krishna Hari, as we remember our ancestors.
Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न खेलने वाला हो, और कोई न केवल वाला हो। फिर दूरी मेरा पार करो। जय 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 कृष्ण
Thank you very much, Pandit Rameshji. Now, it is, as I started off this evening, I said it's impossible that a Shishya can repay the debt to a guru like Raviji. But yet still, we are making an attempt today. And firstly, I have to say thank you to Raviji for giving us the privilege to do this today. In this part of the ceremony known as the honoring ceremony, the following things you would see taking place. We will start off by placing an honorary shawl on Raviji, followed by a barat of malas led by Pandit Bujram Prasadji, and then accompanied by our children of the mandir. So photographers, please get ready. And subsequent to that, our Dharma Putraji will be presenting the inaugural Shri Siddhi Vinaayak Award to Raviji, which is the first time this award is being presented on behalf of our organization. And the first person to receive it is none other than the initiator of the Ganesh Utsav here in Sanathan, Dr. Shri Raviji. And I would like to read what this award says. But before, let me read and I'll tell you along the way. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, the Vishwanath Hindu Social and Cultural Organization, incorporated by an Act of Parliament 1995, presents the inaugural Shri Siddhi Vinaayak Award to. And many years ago, Raviji, in our tradition, we bestow honorary titles on persons. So many years ago, Raviji placed the title of Dharma Putra to our Guruji, Pandit Dudnath Rampasad. And that's why we always use it, because we said because Raviji gave that title, we have to make sure we always use it. So just as he gave that title to to our Guruji, Pandit Dudnath Rampasad, today on behalf of everyone in this organization and on this community, we bestow the title on our beloved Dr. Shri Raviji of Dharma Dhurandhar. The word Dhurandhar means someone who has given of themselves. Sometimes of great personal expense, they make a sacrifice of themselves for the welfare of a higher cause. And for the cause of Dharma, Raviji has given so much of himself for each and every one of us to enjoy today. And we can't think of any other person who is worthy of a title like this in Trinidad and Tobago. So this inaugural Siddhi Vinaayak Award will be presented to Dharma Dhurandhar, Dr. Shri Ravindranath Maharaj, who we lovingly know as Raviji, recognizing his unwavering commitment to Sanatana Dharma, and as the Parampara Pravartana, the initiator of the Ganesh Utsav in Sangre Chiquito, Trinidad, from the year 1990 and continuing to this year, 2026. And it's presented by our Dharma Putra, Pandit Dudnath Rampasad, the spiritual head and president of the Vishwanath Hindu Social and Cultural Organization and the Shri Siddhi Vinaayak organization on this day, July 26, 2026. So, while this honoring is taking place, we'll be led by the verses of the Ramcharitamanas of Vibhishan Gita by our Kirtan Mandali and by Pandit Ramesh Sukhdev. So I invite our persons who are involved in this honoring ceremony, the shawl of honor, followed by the garland of malas led by Uncle Bujramji and our children, and then the presentation of our award during this period of time by our Dharmaputra Pandit Dudnath Rampasad. Please stand, everyone.
Jaya
Jai. Jai. बोलिए सियापति रामचंद्र की जय. Jai Shri Ram. I asked Veji for 1 minute to just say a few things. I could tell right now those malas are very heavy for Raviji, and I don't mean heavy in terms of weight, a heavy burden to carry. That shawl is probably making him feel real cold, because I know how uncomfortable this is for him. And I congratulate Sangri Chiquito for doing things with Raviji that he will not allow us to do. And I came here to say that you all are very lucky that Raviji is here in this program today, because he threatened to not be here at all when he saw that he was going to be called Dharma Dhurandhar. And I just thought I should come and share that. And I am not sure out of what obligation he's accepting this. Probably he's afraid of your Dharma Putra. Or probably because he gave him the name and the Dharma Putra giving him back a name, that he has agreed. But it's a very uncomfortable situation for Raviji. So thankfully he's here accepting the title. Jai Shri Ram.
We award you this title. As you have given to us, today we are giving back to you. And may God richly bless you. I hand over to you. And so there's a great sense of emotion that we have been able to express this love to Raviji. And before Raviji comes to the podium, I have to ask our Guruji, Dharmaputra Pandit Udnath Ramprasad, to just say a few, and then Raviji will enlighten us further, because I'm sure there's something that we're going to learn today when Raviji speaks again. So, Dharmaputra Ji, please come. बोलो बिंद्रावन बिहारी लाल की. Guruji, Raviji, Swami Prakashananda, all other protocols observed. So sometime I just wonder, like Dharma Bandhu, Professor Vijay Narayan saying, how could I give the history of 36 years happening in 5 minutes? And the master of ceremony will say, Baba, when you start speaking,
you'll say, it wouldn't say more than 2 minutes. And then you take 15 minutes. Well, my dear devotees, I am old enough to take my own time. What can I say? I remember the day when both myself and my brother, Budram Prasadji, we went to the home of Raviji 36 years ago. We went to talk to him about Tirat, because my brother Ji, he always doing big Tirat. We go into different temples and temples. Raviji said, enough of Tirat. He said, you take people to Tirat, but you must create a Tirat that people will come. So he says, in Pinal, the Ganesh Utsav is dormant. And I want you all to take up the challenge. It would not be an easy one, but you must be able to establish the Ganesh festival throughout the east-west corridor. And I've given you a time frame to do that, 30 years. I said, well, you know, I have to go to my guru, Pandit Lakshmi Prasad, the late. And I will get back to you. So I went to Pandit Lakshmi Prasad. And he said, if you all will do our 3 nights, I will do our 3 nights. And the year 1990 to 2025 made it 36 years of Ganesh Utsav in Sangrichikito. By the blessings of a simple, unique man with a vision that is unmolded, is priceless. Gee, the struggle was a bit tough. But if we reach it at 36 years, and my brother, Mr. Feroz Khan, says, we don't want to see the Ganesh festival stopping. But my dear devotees, it has become very, very much expensive to host this Ganesh Utsav. It is not by hundreds again, it is by thousands. So when I was last at the office of Mr. Feroz Khan, I told him, I said, here, let me do 37 years and finish with that. He said, no, we can't stop it. I told him we're going to change the venue from Valencia River to Manzanilla Beach. He said, no, I don't want it stopped at Valencia River. He said, we have owned Valencia River. It belongs to Ganesh Utsav. And if a name has to be given to Valencia River, it should be Sri Siddhi Vinaayak, Ganga Mata. Devotees, the gift of human existence is most precious of all gifts. The worth and the value of a human being comes from a being who is human, and that is Raviji. There are no qualification of gender, race, wealth, caste, or nationality. Once a job has been bestowed upon you, see it as an opportunity and an offering to the Lord. By virtue of this, each one is of immeasurable value. Ganesh Utsav could not be celebrated for the last 36 years by Pandit Vinaayak alone. It is for those who have gone, those who are here, and those to come in the future. Perhaps there is nothing more tragic than the loss of one's self-value. And that is what Raviji has been doing, making us understand that our self-value, our true value, is Ganesh. The removal of all obstacles and impediments. My dear devotees, when everybody started to bring murtis from India, we were denied the opportunity because they did not want to give us the contact and the link to get one murti coming from India, which is the land of our ancestors. So what we started to do is to every year we build the Ganesh Murti, we'll make it 1 foot taller. So our Ganesh started to grow. If the fact of human birth gives us special worth, it also asks something of us. Our time, our dedication to see that this Ganesh Utsav does not die. We traverse the entire east-west corridor. And I was fortunate enough to take it to New York City in my small hand luggage, the Murti of Lord Ganesh, and we established the Ganesh Festival in New York City. Devotees, it was 36 years of trial and tribulations, but we did not give up. We did not give up. It requires that we accord value to others on the account of their humanity. And today, I am saying, we accord this honoring and award ceremony to you, Raviji, on account of your humanity. That today, Sangre Chiquito is recognized on the world map, that everybody who will know about Sangre Chiquito, oh, I remember where the big Ganesh just keeps. Raviji has impacted Sangre Chiquito, small blood, small village, with a big Lord Ganesh, huge stomach, to make us understand that Sangre Chiquito is the village of Lord Ganapati. When we overlook the humanity of others and reduce their worth because of gender, religion, skin color, we also devalue ourselves. Raviji has given us an opportunity for the last 36 years to have an experience. And my dear devotees, the children started building small Ganesh. The art of molding the image of God. Isn't it a blessing? But there was so much of criticism. Not by our Christian brothers, not by our Muslim brothers, but by our own Hindu brothers. And I will just take one of the criticism. You say, you ever hear the drum God? But lo and behold, it was such an educated person who was lacking the value system of understanding the vastness of what Raviji has planted in Sangrichikito. All of us are within the stomach of Lord Ganapati. So if we drown Ganesh Baba, all are we drowned. We dead. The ununiqueness of human body is to be found in our moral sense and in our capacity for knowledge by the application of our reasoning ability. Therefore, our capacity for gaining knowledge, entertaining desire, and working to achieve these is unmatched by any other known species except the human species. Bare bhagya manush tanu pawa. Blessed or blessed is the body of the Guru who is sitting on that chair today. With unbounded love by this community and the people of the East-West corridor. I have bestowed many award and honoring ceremony to great souls like Pandit Lakshmi Pasad, Dharam Bandhu, Professor Vijay Narayan Singh, who we can call upon anytime and never refuses to take our call and say, we need your assistance. He is part of this organization with his Dharam Patni. My dear devotees, going to the river to obtain the dirt to build the murti is a joy. Today, you hear him say, Matikor night is for ladies to get away. But Ganesh Matikor is for human to come to their mind and understand that the formation of the Murti of Lord Ganesh is the hands of the Guru who planted the seed of Ganesh Utsav in Sangrichikito. To him, we should give a big jaikar by raising our hand. Bolo Guru Maharaj ki! I feel I am not satisfied with that. Then stand up. You stand up. And 3 times we must give this jaikar looking at Guruji. Bolo Guru Maharaj ki! Bolo Guru Maharaj ki! Bolo Guru Maharaj ki. Take your seats. To you, Ji, from Tirath, Pradakshana, to donation of murtis, I will ensure once I am alive, and I ain't going nowhere right now, I'm not worried. I have plenty to do for Lord Ganesh. We'll complete, after this year, 3 more years, 4 centuries, 4 decades of Ganesh Utsav. We have done 3, and we passed the half mark of 4. But without your support, and when it have politicians, you must take advantage of the opportunity. And with the politicians who are responsible for the financing and the running of this country, I want them to know that they should stand with me and ensure the continuation of Ganesh Utsav. And this evening, I would like to immediately hand a package to my goodly brother, Mr. Firoz Khan. This package contains funding for Ganesh Yag 2026. But it has been made on behalf of sport and culture. I don't know where you're going to find the money.
I'm going to give it to the MP now.
Give it. And he's passing it to the Member of Parliament for Kumuto Mansalina. So you see, we are in good hands. And therefore, as I come to the end of my speech, I want to say to you, success is the tribute of life. Whatever successes we may have achieved is because we put life into it by the blessings and the guidance of Shri Raviji. And with all joy and happiness, you have bestowed a title upon me as Dharma Putra, the son of Dharma. And as long as there is the breath in this body, I promise you to keep my Dharma alive with your blessings, the blessings of all the Pandits, the blessings of all you people, and Swamiji. Devotees of God, I am looking no way old. The recipe is work for the cause of Dharma, and Dharma will keep you looking young. You don't have to go to Bego and go and swim in Island Pool and rub all the sand to look 10 years younger. Come at Vishwanath Mandir and join with us in celebrating Ganesh Utsav every year, and you will see you're going to start to look young as I am. With these few words, I would like to say thank you, Guruji, for the opportunity for serving our Dharma. Bolo Yodhyapati Ramachandra ki Jai.
We are close to the end of the program, and I know we have crossed 5. However, as Gita Vahini said, the opportunity to do something like this is seldom allowed. So please bear with us a little bit, because very importantly, we cannot leave here without having the mantra vakyam, the word of the Guru that becomes the mantra that protects us. So I'm extremely humbled to ask Dharma Dhurandhar, Dr. Shri Raviji, please come and share a few thoughts with us. Over to you. Of course.
जय श्री राम। आप अपना आसन ग्रहण करें। प्लीज टेक योर सीट। As we are taught, you don't start anything without saying Sri Ganesh. So, Jai Shri Ganesh. In the context of everything, as I sat there, looking on at all of this and feeling, I can't say, afraid to say burden, but the weight of all of these malas, and in the context of a title that really belongs to other people, the word Dhurandhar has suddenly become popular now. And but in that context, in the context of this unbelievable effort put on by Sangye Chikito about nation, community, dharma, and people. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. There are some few things that is important, and I'll ask you for a little time, it wouldn't be so much. I want to open with a verse of the Ramayana at the beginning. At a critical time, something like this time, an incident happened. Vishwanath went to the palace and he says, he was welcome and the courtesies were committed, and then Vishwanath, the king says, so why have you come? You've never come before, you never looked my way before, but there's something cooking, why have you come? So Vishwamitra ji responded, Anuj samet dehu raghunatha nisichar baddhamai ho basanatha. Vishwamitra poured out himself in this verse. I have come to ask something of you, and then I will ask of you another thing. Give me Shri Ram. And Lakshman, Anuj, younger one. I want your big son, and I want the last son. Imagine you're going to a home, you're going to the kingdom and you're asking for that. And this man has no home himself. He says, after that, right away, Asura samoha sadavavahi mohi Mai jachan ayahu nripatohi. I've come to ask you for this one thing. Why? I want your sons because of the Asuras. They are disturbing me. Ravan's people was all over the place, disturbing the society. So that is what set the whole Ramayana. And what sets the tone today is this very great opportunity that was afforded to me, and at least it was so profound and moving that it made me feel very guilty to see I am being honored. There's so much of love and honor. And the chief of the first people who were displaced was sitting quite in the corner there. I do this and dramatize it purposefully. Why? On account of one proposal to Pandit, we carried on for 36 years. Yeah? 36 years. And the Murti grew. So just like how Vishwanath went with the hope to ask Sri Ram for Sri Ram from the father, and he had hopes that will happen because he knew where he was going, by King Dashrath, not by any other king. I have that same hope that what I ask for, and through him, to the nation. I understand you have journalists here, you have members of parliament here, you know, the members of parliament all speak to us what we must do and so on. Now and then we must also listen to the voice of the people down here. Thank you. And as a member of this place that is Sankaratikitu, bears the footstep of that horrible event, probably we could entrust you to take this, to speak to the country, to transform this one wrong thing that we are not looking about, to give the first people an honorable place. So, we are given 15 acres of land. Thanks, that's nice. But anyway, why I said this, when I was coming, there was this verse running in my head, which I learned in Shaka. And it is the voice of the ancient Bharat, written in Sanskrit, as the motto of our civilization. And let me say something else today. Dharma is not a religion. Religion teaches you to hate other religion, compete with other religion, destroy the other religions. Dharma does not do that. So we are not a religion. We are a dharma. That is why I have consciously built a relationship with the first people and with the Isha Orisha people. And we have their presence here. And we have functions as the Kendra, and I'm grateful to the people of that village that they don't object. Our Shastra says, Tasmat sarvam vyapohyartham karya eva parakrama sarvasvam api sanchadya karyam atmahitem naraihi. Unmindful of all reservations, one must always apply energy, for one must take personal responsibility for own destiny. So I wrap up all of that in one message and want to say that I admire and I am grateful and thankful that how Sangre Chikito and Panditji and Vedavitji and the community and Prasadji, I was missing Prasadji for some time, both of them were the first persons to come, how they took this job to heart and the way they have executed it. And we hope that in all villages, all religions can do good work for their people, and we shall be proud of that. I wouldn't go over what I wanted to do to say about what Pandit Vishwanath, oh gosh, my head, Durnaji has said. But the one thing I want to suggest is that I want you to accept another word. And that is the vision of having Ram Leela, all across the Caribbean. I'm in conversation with Suriname for classes which have started already, and they are coming late from Guyana, 15 students. French Caribbean. So we, Gita ji, has taken up the burden to build a 3-story building. 2 stories have already been built for our Heritage Institute. I'm not asking you for money. I'm not an accident, and I don't have a minister for myself trying to give them an envelope. But what I come to ask for, and that's why it's the first verse I said, Vishwanath went and asked for something. I want to ask for your children. Children are coming from Guyana. They will come from Suriname and Guadeloupe and Martinique to the Heritage Institute. And by the way, listen to what I'm saying. Heritage, not heritage. Heritage. H-A-R-I-T, capital T, capital E-J. TT means Trinidad and Tobago. So heritage. The Heritage Institute has been for how many years, Gita? With Balwandula? 21 years. And we have developed a syllabus. But Ramdila provides so many opportunities. that almost the whole civilizational idea and the different kind of subjects are embedded in it. And through this, we have been experimenting, and the last set of children were all very small. And the people who looked at it, was only three nights, they were awed. But what is happening to the children, the development? I know I could remember this person who is running this big thing in the country, the Seva, medicals and all of that, and his sister sat down from small. Some of them are lawyers and some are doctors and all of these different stages ago, but they've come through that. But they also come together in the Ramlila to play. Some of these children are now teachers, and that's the point. If you give me, so we are making, Gitaji has already started making hostel. Beds are now going up. If you give me your children, for 3 years, they start to do 2 days and 3 days, and then they could do the whole Ramlila for you. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing, only to send them. You may send them by bus, or you may stay them, let them stay in the hostel. But whatever, if you can give your children, we will create the children who can first understand, and then they can play Ramayana, they can teach, and they can carry on the Ramlila here. So that is what I want you to get involved. And why I'm asking you, I know it will be done if you say it will be done. So, thy will be done? So, that is my ask. I am very overwhelmed by so many people coming together, sitting quietly, listening to so many discourses, and for the great honor that was bestowed on me, on behalf of Sujata and Gita and Nande and members of the Kendra who are here, quite a few of you, we thank the Vishwanath Mandir for this effort and for the love and honor bestowed on the Kendra and on these persons. We hope we can continue our journey, and the journey must always concern, because we are Hindus, for all the people, all the time. The effort must go on in this country as long as that we have Hindus. Jai Shri Ram.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ji, for firstly reminding us, because I tell you something, in the modern world, we use the word Sangha Grandi and Sangha Chikitu, and I think most people who live here, we say Sangha Grandi, we say Sandi Grandi. In Trinidad, we say Sandi Grandi. But Sangre Grande and Sangre Chiquitu, in the modern consciousness of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, we perhaps don't even remember that the word itself actually echoes a very violent past. And this honor that you have given to our chief, Ricardo Bharatji, as a representative of the First Peoples here, whose, on these soils, his ancestors, and by extension the ancestors of all of us in Trinidad and Tobago, would have faced such a violent event. You've brought back into our consciousness that when we say Sangha Gandhi and Sangha Chikitu, that it actually echoes something of great sacrifice that these people would have made for whatever higher principle that they would have believed in one time. And it's a mixed
feeling, because on one end it represents the sacrifice of these people, but on the other end it also represents the reprehensible brutality that would have also taken place. So by you bringing this honor to the chief in a place like this today, we are most humble for you giving us that re-enlightenment. So thank you very much, Chief. I want to acknowledge the Member of Parliament, Mrs. Shivana Sam, who is a member of Parliament for Kumutu Manzilna. Unfortunately, time doesn't allow, but sentiments would have been expressed by our chairman, Mr. Kenwin Phillip, as well as Mr. Feroz Khan on your behalf as well. I see the other members of the Sangha Regional Corporation here. To the Sant Samaj that has been here, all of you who have taken my calls, as well as the calls of Ceremony Ji and Gita Ji over the past few weeks as we reached out to inform everyone that we wanted to honor Raviji, and we invited you and you've so graciously accepted that invite. I want to say from the depth of my heart, thank you very much. The bonds to Sangre Chiquito and the bonds from Sangre Chiquito to the wider community should be forged, and we as Hindus should have, this is another terminology, Hindu Sangathan. We should have Hindu Sangathan. We must always have that union as people, regardless of whether we are in Sangre Grande, Sangre Chiquito, Central Trinidad, South Trinidad, wherever. This was an opportunity for all of us today to come together and to share in the honoring of someone who has given so much to our Dharma here in Trinidad and Tobago, our Guruji, Dharma Dhiranda, Dr. Raviji. I want to thank the many persons, and again, I can't list everyone, so I would ask your forgiveness, but each and every one of you who have contributed, whether in terms of service, whether it is in terms of logistics, whether it's in terms of finances, to ensuring that this day has taken place, I want to say thank you very much. And as we do our vote of thanks and we get ready for Aarti, Guruji ki Aarti, led by Pandit Rameshji, two things I want to mention. The collection of Aarti today goes to this here, the Sudesh Rampasad Children's Fund. For us to do community work towards our children who are in need, it requires finances, and whatever you contribute today will go towards us assisting children within this community. So please, if you can reach generously, we would appreciate that. After we complete our Bhojan Mantra as well as our Aarti and closing prayer, please do not leave without having dinner. We have seating arrangements in the back, and I think we can accommodate almost everyone at one time, so there will be very little delay. There is also takeaway service for those of you who do have to go, so that's available as well. And you know, there's something that, didn't happen within the program today, but it's happening after the program. And maybe it's wrong that it's happening after the program. But Mataji, Sujataji, yeah, there is a small item of honor that will take place after closing prayer and Aarti, musically for you. So, because it was reminded that throughout the many years that Raviji sacrificed the Dharma, Mataji was right on his side. So we like to also express that love and appreciation to Mataji as well. So I ask everyone to please stand as we get ready for Aarti. We'll be led in Guruji ki Aarti by our Pandit Ramesh Sukhdev, and then we will close off today. Thank you very much.
ॐ सार्धं च वर्ति संयुक्तं वाहिनायोजितं मया दीपं गृहाण देवेश त्रैलोक्यतिमिरापहं यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मन्तर्कृतानि च तानि तानि विनश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिणा पदे पदे। गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगा के,
गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के,
उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के,
उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के, गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के, गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के।
श्री गुरु चरण कमल रघुनंदन,
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 उनको मैं आरती उतारो मन लगा के, गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के,
गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगा के,
गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के,
सीता और राम गुरु जी, राधे और श्याम गुरु जी,
सीता और राम गुरु जी, राधे और श्याम गुरु जी,
सीता और राम गुरु जी, राधे और श्याम गुरु जी,
सीता और राम गुरु जी, राधे और श्याम गुरु जी,
उनको मैं सेवा करूंगी मन लगा के, गुरु जी की
आरती उतारो मन लगाए के,
उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के, गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के, गुरु जी की आरती उतारो मन लगाए के,
ब्रह्मा और विष्णु आदि सब देवन,
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 उनको मैं पूजा करूंगी मन लगा
लगाए
गुरु जी
की आरती उतारो मन लगाए,
उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के,
उतारो मन लगा के, उतारो मन लगा के,
उतारो मन लगाए के, उतारो मन लगाए के, गुरु जी की आरती 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 उतारो मन लगाए के। Let's clasp our hands, close our eyes, bow our heads as we contemplate these last few moments. Oh Lord, if we have committed any transgressions today, please be forgiving of us. Karacharana kritam va kayacham karmacham va shravananayanajam va manasam va paradham vihitam avihitam va sarvameta chamaswa jaya jaya karunabdhe Shri Mahadeva Shambho Kayena vacha manasendriyaiva buddhyatmana va prakriti svabhavat karmo miyadyat sakalam parasme नारायणायेति समर्पयामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो गजानन स्वामी की, उमापति महादेव की, पवन पुत्र हनुमान की, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की, ट्रिनिडाद और टोबैगो देश की, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय जय सीताराम। Please take your seats. Pandit Sivadatji, I know that you wanted to render this item as we honor Sujata ji. I've given instructions, but before, let's just clasp our hands, close our eyes, contemplate on our mother, Aaj Shakti Jagat Janani Mata Parvati Devi, as we begin as we say our Bhojan mantra. Om Annapurne Sarapurne Shankara Prana Vallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvati Om Shiva Arpanamastu. Thank you. Please return safely. Members of the Mandir, on Wednesday 29th, which is this Wednesday coming, we have Guru Purnima Puja starting at 6 p.m. So please, members, please attend and please pass the invitation to those as well. And on the 3rd of August at 10 a.m. in the morning, we begin our first offering of Shiva Upasana, of Shiva Vrat Puja to Bhagwan Shankar and the month of Shravan. And of course, you have all received invitations to our Bhajan Mala, to Ganesh Matikur, and the 37 Ganesh Utsav. So please begin to spread the message to everyone. Thank you very much. Sitaram, everyone. Sorry, one other thing. Our specially invited guests here, Sita ji, Nirupa ji, can you assist in escorting our specially invited guests to the feeding area where they will be served? And also, as I mentioned before, other persons from the audience, you are free to go to the back and you will have your meals, both dine in and take away if you so need. All right? Thank you very much.
बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले राम रघुराई, और संग जानकी माई, लक्ष्मण जैसा भाई, बन अवधपुरी के नर नारी ने, अवधपुरी के नर नारी ने आंसू नदी बहाई। राम राम करते दशरथ ने, राम राम करते दशरथ ने अपने जान गवाई। बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले राम रघुराई, और संग जानकी माई, लक्ष्मण जैसा भाई। बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले राम रघुराई, बन चले रघुराई।
कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम। नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख पद, नव कंज लोचन कंज मुख पद, कंज पद कंजारुणम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरज सुंदरम। कंदर्प अगणित अमित छवि नवनील नीरज सुंदरम। पट पीत मानहु तड़ुति रुचि सुचि, नौमि जनक सुतावरम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम। भजु दीन बंधु दिने दानव दनल दुष्ट निकंदनम भजु दीन बंधु दिनेश दानव दनल दुष्ट निकंदनम रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल रघुनंद आनंद कंद कौशल चंद्र दशरथ नंदनम
रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम
सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषणम सिर मुकुट कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषणम आजानि भुज सर चाप धर संग्राम जिति खर दूषणम
श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम दारुणम
इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम इति वदति तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजनम मम हृदय कंज निवास करु मम हृदय कंज